Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to do a little get ready with me using all of the products that I pulled in the Makeup Basket Monday series this week. I will tell you guys I'm not loving the primer that I pulled, the Too Faced. It's the Primed and Peachy. This is the Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. It's just too matte for my dry skin, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab my, this is a Glam Glow, the Glow Starter. This is not really a primer, I guess. It's just an illuminator. So it's going to give me some moisturization, but it's also going to illuminate. So I'm going to use that instead of this, along with the Too Faced Peachy foundation, because that foundation is a little bit more matte too. So I think these pair well together. It's not going to make my skin look the best, but it's going to do a better job than the matte did. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on. Actually, a lot of it. I like this little moisturizer. It smells really good. It smells like sherbet ice cream or something. It smells really delicious. Okay, so I'm just gonna rub this in, move my mirror down so I can see myself. It's been a while since I did a get ready with me with you guys. I haven't done it for a while. I guess I can use both hands, right? Make it go a little bit faster here. I have been so tired lately and I don't know what is going on, but my iron level I know is off, so that's part of it. But then also they changed a medicine that I'm on, and the medicine like really kind of sedates you a little bit. So I think between those two things, I've just been really exhausted, and it's just, it's hard for me to do anything anymore. I feel very unmotivated, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have so many things that I need to get done, but I'm just so tired. All I want to do is sleep, and that's not good. So I just pumped a little pump of this, the Too Faced. This is the Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation. I pumped a little bit of that onto my hand. So I'm just going to use a little bit of this to help to cover any kind of discolorization that I have going on. I'm not going to use a boatload because honestly this foundation is really, really dry for my skin. And with sorry about that. My husband, he made a phone call to me, or he called me. He made a phone call to me. That just sounded really weird. He called me and I had to answer that quick. So I'm going to finish putting this foundation on here. Like I said, I don't think this is the best foundation for like dry skin. I think you want to have like either normal to oily skin. With dry skin, I feel like I really have to take a lot of extra steps to make this work. If not, it really looks really scaly on my skin. And not only that, it just really accentuates any kind of dryness that I have going on. So it's not the best for dry skin. I will tell you guys that. It's just, it's not my favorite. Not at all. It does smell good though. Now I will say that it smells really nice. It smells very peachy. So if you like the scent of peaches, you're going to love it. If you are someone who with oily skin or normal skin, I think you might enjoy it as well, especially in the hot summer months coming up where you're going to want something a little bit more matte, which is when I'm hoping this might work better for me, because I mean everybody gets a little bit more oily during the summer, so I'm hoping that this summer it might work a little bit better, although my color shade's going to be off then, so that's going to be the prelude part that's not going to be good. So make sure I get around my nose really well. Tuck my hair back. A curling iron that I have, the T3, really does a good job of curling my hair, but my bangs always look crazy, so I have to always try to figure out what to do with them. So anyway, like I was saying, I've been really tired lately and I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just like the medicine and then my lack of iron and things like that. Okay, so there is the foundation close up so you guys can see what it looks like. It doesn't look bad if you use a little bit and you really moisturize. So I had already put my moisturizer on, which is the Clinique, the Dramatically Different, I think it's called. Yeah, the Dramatically Different. I use that plus my SPF. And then I also use the Glam Glow. So I've got a lot of moisturization going on to my skin. So that's why I say that it's not the best for dry skin. Now I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyelids. I'm going to use the Nars. I'm going to use this as my primer today. This is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It works really well as a concealer. I just put a little bit on my finger here. It works kind of like the Tom Ford one and also like the MAC one, the MAC Painterly Pink Pot. It reminds me a lot of those and how it works. So I just put a little bit on here to get rid of any kind of discoloration I have going on my eyelids. So I've got to kind of hurry and get ready now. My husband just called me, like I said, and he was telling me that we're getting ready to leave. So I'm like, oh goodness, I need to hurry and do a get ready with me with now this little makeup look. So hopefully you guys don't mind a kind of a rushed one, not super rushed. I'm not going to speed through it too quickly. Now I'm going to go ahead and set my lids with the, I used both of these palettes this week, the Natural Eyes and then as well as the Natural Matte. I really like them, but I feel like they're almost, kind of boring. Honestly, they're just boring palettes, and I'm like, okay, so they're really pretty. So I'm going to use the Natural Eyes palette. So I'm going into the shade Heavenly, or Heaven. Is that Heaven? Heaven. Going into the shade Heaven, and I'm going to set my eyelids with this. I just feel like these are kind of boring, honestly. I just think that they're so plain and just simple. I mean, they're going to be great for like if you just want like an everyday look, but don't expect to get any kind of dramatic looks out of these palettes. You're not going to get anything crazy. They're really good for everyday looks, but other than that, I don't think that these are like the best. The quality seems to be a little bit different as well from the original ones to the newer ones. The quality seems to be a little bit different, not majorly, but you can definitely see a difference when you're using them. So I have like makeup in the corner of my eye. Do you guys ever do that? Get it right there and then it looks really gross. Let me dab that out. Okay, now I'm going to go in with a crease color. So I'm going to use my Morphe M433 brush. So I just cleaned it off using my color switch. So I'm going to go in with this shade right here. These all up in here are like shimmer shades. This is a matte as well. These three are mattes, and then these are shimmers. They're more shimmery shades. So I'm going to use this one as my crease. So I'm just going to build up a crease shade. So how have you guys been doing? You guys so happy that spring is finally sprung? I know I am. I'm so happy to have some warmer weather. I'm so sick of the cold weather. I think that's part of the reason why I've been feeling really, almost just, not really exhausted, just tired. Like I'm physically tired. So I tried exercising more, trying to help boost the energy, and I don't know what's going on. I think I might have to go have some more blood work done to see what's going on, because I feel like either my iron level has dipped down further, or the new meds they have me on might be a little too strong for me. So we'll have to figure that out though, because I don't want to feel like this the whole summer, where I just want to come home every day and take a nap, or I want to go to bed really early, or I want to just... But the problem is, like, during the daytime, I'm really tired. Like when I'm at work, I'm really, really tired. Like I've almost fallen asleep at my desk, and then I get home and I want to take a nap, and then at nighttime I'm like full of energy. I have like this boost of energy, and then I'm up really late. So it's really weird. I don't know what in the world's going on. Hopefully if I go to the doctor, they can give me some sort of answers, because this is really mind-boggling. So there is the look. Like I was saying, it's not going to be anything dramatic or anything like that, but that's okay. I'm going for a more, just not really a daytime appropriate, because you can use these looks in any time of the day, but just a more natural look, I guess you could say. So now I'm going to go over to this shade right here, which is Sex Espresso. So I use Cashmere Bunny in the crease. Then I'm going to use Sex Espresso in the outer V a little bit, just to deepen it up a little bit here. I'm going to put it in the outer V, and then I'm also going to drag it in just a little bit, just to give myself a little bit more contouring to my eyeball. Not my eyeball, but my eyelid. Oh my gosh. I'm a little out of it, so I hope you guys don't mind. Hopefully you're not like, oh my gosh, girl, you need to just go ahead and go to bed and take a nap. Okay, so that one is done. I'm going to blend everything out now. I'm going to use the same brush. This is the Glamour Doll Girls, Glamour Doll Eye, something like that. So I'm just going to blend this all out. Blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. Okay, so this blends really easily and everything. I don't think that the quality is bad. Like I was saying, I don't think the quality, they're just a little bit different than what the old palettes were. Now I'm going to go in with my little, if I can find it, this is a little rubber brush that I purchased during the VIB sale. I'm going to go in with that and use Silk Teddy. I'm just going to put a little bit of this onto the brush. This brush is really, really cool. I'm loving this brush. So I'm just going to tap this on. Do you see how pigmented it gives the look? Like it really definitely pops the color for you. So these will work really, really well with like shimmer shades, and for like these shades right here where they're more satiny shades. It's going to really pop that shade for you. So I'm going to put a little bit more on my brush again. And the good thing is these wash off super easy because it's rubber, so you just wipe it off. There's nothing really to worry about when you're cleaning them. Okay, So there that is, and I'm going to blend that as well. So I'm going to go back in with my Glamour Doll brush and I'm going to clean it off a little bit, and I'm going to blend this back. I like to blend it back to kind of mesh them together a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to deepen up that outer V just a little bit more. So I'm going to use that shade right here, Espresso again. I'm going to use that and just deepen up the outer V just a little bit more. And we'll blend that out. First of all, what I like to do is just kind of place the shadow. So I'm like putting it down, and then I like to blend. And I'm going to go clean it off, and we're going to blend a little bit more. So I like to kind of tilt my head a little bit, just so I can make sure that I'm getting it nice and blended. Look all around at the different angles of your eye. And blend, blend, blend. Do the same thing over here. Hopefully you guys can see everything I'm doing. I should pull you guys in just a little bit more. Let me do that as soon as I finish blending that. Okay. To me, that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm going to blend you, or I'm going to blend you. I'm going to pull you in. I'm going to blend you in, guys. Okay, so that is done for now. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean my brush back off again because I still need to do brow bone highlight, but I'm going to go ahead and do my brows first. I'm going to use the Kat Von D, which is the product that the influencer had sent me. This is the Kat Von D new brow product. It's called, let me grab my box here. It's called the 24-Hour Super Brow Long Wear Pomade. So here's what the box looks like. It's a really interesting product. You can tell that I've been using it quite a bit. I actually really like this. Now, I will tell you guys, I'm not very good at pomades. I have to kind of work with them a little bit. So what I like to do is, I'm going to grab my mirror too because I'm sure I'm going to mess this up. I like to just kind of like flick a little bit to kind of create brow hairs. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Flick it, creating some brow hairs with it. Right here in the front, because I'm trying to make this come out just a little bit more. And then I like to just go back and just kind of blend it. You can make it really simple. This is just the simplest way that it works for me. You can make them more bold if you want to. I don't want them super bold because I don't like really, really bold brows on me. But I know everybody has different styles of the way they like their brow. So you do them however you're comfortable. So there is my first brow. Now I will go ahead and dip in and get a little bit more pomade. Can you see a difference in my brow? I think it looks better. I'm going to dip in again. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to flick it on the other eye to kind of create a little bit of a brow here in the front. Oops, I think I might have went a little heavy-handed there a little bit. So, I'm not the best at brows, I will tell you that. So these are really hard for me to do when you're where you're kind of creating a brow right here, because I really don't have much brow right there. So I'm just kind of creating a brow. So it's a little harder for me to do it. Hopefully you can see. And then fill in a little bit more. Just give it a little bit of color right here, because I have brows here. They just don't have a lot of color to them. Okay, so that is pretty much all that I'm going to do for my brows for now. Let's clean that up right here a little bit. That looks a little bit better. See, I try to bring them in a little bit more, so hopefully that looks better. Alright, I put the lid back on this. Don't leave the lid off because it will dry out, because it is like a pomade. So now I'm going to go ahead and conceal my under eyes. Use the concealer. This is the Urban Decay All Nighter. No, Urban Decay Naked Skin All Nighter. What in the world? So I'm going to go back in with my beauty sponge. And I'm just going to conceal here. Yeah. Okay. I love this concealer. It works really, really well for me because it just doesn't give me, it doesn't accentuate a whole lot of circles or anything. I just dropped my beauty sponge. Sorry guys, I'm like all over the place today. So I need a brush to be able to use my powder. So I'm going to set my under eyes. I'm going to use the Peach Perfect setting powder. This stuff smells really, really good. The way that I use it, I just pop it open here. Pop it open. And then just dump a little bit in there. And it's just a tiny amount in there. And then I'm going to dab my brush in. If you taste this, it tastes really, really good. It kind of reminds me of Sweet Tarts for some reason. I'm just going to set my under eyes. You can definitely taste the sweetness in the air when you're putting it on. You can really taste the sweetness. Okay, so there is my under eye set. And then I'm just going to get situated here in my seat here, guys. And now I'm going to go ahead and do my blush. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced. This is the Natural Face palette. I love this palette. Now this I do recommend. It's hard for me to open though, so I struggle opening it. So I'm going to use the shade right here, which is Pink Wink, and then I'm going to mix it with Pink Sand. Just going to mix the two shades. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of flush on my cheeks. Just a little flush. I like to put a little bit on my nose too, just because you guys know I like that where it looks like the sun kissed your cheeks. Okay, done with that part. Now I'm going to be going in with this color right here, which is Satin Sheets. I'm going to use that just on the tip of my finger here, and I'm just going to dab it right there in the inner corner and do the same thing on the other side. Just kind of brightens your eye up a little bit. So it just kind of like lightens it up so that your eyes look, honestly, just you look more awake. And with me being half asleep all the time now, so that works out great. Okay, now I'm going to do my brow bone highlight. I'm going to go back in using the Glamour Doll brush like I told you guys, and I'm going to use the Heaven shade. I'm just going to dip in there, and I'm going to use a matte brow bone highlight. You can totally use a more satin one or more highlighty style. I just like a matte brow bone highlight for me. Okay, that's done. Now I need to go back into the highlight or the face palette and do my highlight. I forgot that too. So let's grab this back out again. And I'm going to use the shade right here, which is Starlight. This is a really pretty shade. It kind of has a shift to it. This is the Sigma tapered highlighting brush, the F35. Just tapping into here. And it's really pretty. It's got like a pinky peachy shift to it. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's really pretty. Tap in again. And it looks really nice over top of blush. And I take it down my nose as well. Okay. Now I'm going to, I almost dropped the palette. That would have been a disaster. Now, going to curl my lashes. I'm using my Tarte. This is the Mermaid one. Curl my lashes a little bit. Alright, now I'm going to put mascara on. So I'm going to be using the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. This is not my favorite mascara. I think it's good, but I still find that this mascara is just not my favorite. It doesn't give me the length or the volume that I really want. And I feel like it just kind of like flakes on me a little bit. So I'm just going to put 2 coats of this on very quickly. If you hear my dogs bark, my husband just did pull up in the driveway, so hopefully they don't bark too loud. Okay. This was a little rushed. I do apologize, guys. But I just wanted you to see how the products work. And you kind of can see that now. Like, mascara, you guys know I'm terrible at mascara, so that's never going to go well for me. I'll have to clean my eyelid off. So that is pretty much it, except for lipstick. I'll clean my eyelid off. So I'm going to be using the shade, actually, where's the other one? This is the Ulta Beauty, the Nude, and this is in the shade Pink Chocolate. This one is really pretty. I didn't think I'd like it because I was like, that color is really interesting, but I really do like it. So I'm just going to put this on. And there we go. That is the look for today. So Hopefully you guys don't mind the little bit of rush through Get Ready With Me. I just had to kind of rush after he called me and said he was going to be on his way home. So let me slide this out so you can see everything. I will fix my eyelid once I get off camera. Actually, I slid you out way too far. There we go. Perfect. Okay, anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's Get Ready With Me. I'd love to know if you guys have any tips or anything on the foundation, since it's so matte for my skin. If you have any other tips that I could use for it, or maybe even the primer, because the primer is way too matte for me. Let me know if you have any tips for me using those, and if you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.